It is completely unfair for the government to only use clinical trial data. As a 23-year-old whose family ended up going $250,000 in debt to access Spinraza, I am living proof that Spinraza works for adults. It works for people who've spent 23 years losing muscle, losing abilities. And the fact that the government is basing their decisions on results in children and not giving adults a fighting chance at life when there are adults that have gone around being funded treatment and found ways to prove that treatment works is completely unacceptable.
The clinical trial data, yes, it is scientifically valid. However, it's a very myopic view of what this treatment is doing for patients. As we see more and more data come in from the other countries, that should be an important part of this decision-making process, not just the clinical data.
No, I do not think it's fair that if the government only uses the clinical trial data, because it's been approved in so many other countries and so many other patients have used it and are seeing improvements. So that should be enough evidence to allow for Canadian citizens to take the drug.
I think that the pharmaceutical company stopped the clinical trials and started to give the drug to everybody once they found it worked. And we shouldn't be penalized for that. I think under compassionate grounds, they gave it to everybody. We're watching people all over the world with SMA get stronger. 43 other countries have approved this drug. The province of Quebec has approved this drug for all ages and all types of SMA, and yet here we are in Ontario and we're still doing without.
No, because again, in some of the trials, not every type or age was able to be in those trials. So now if you get the access to, the older patients and the adults and vented patients, then now you can collect that real life data and use that to help your decision.
It's not right. It's not right that they aren't looking at the real life evidence. And there's so much real life evidence. We have so much access. We live in a world of the internet. We have so much access to that information, and we know it. We know that it's effective for all types, all ages. We know that because we've looked at the real life evidence, and it's not right that they're not.
No, I don't think it's fair just off of clinical data. If evidence has been shown that Spinraza is effective on any type and in any age, I believe that should be available to everybody who's been diagnosed with SMA.
We personally know many individuals who are currently on Spinraza, and the results are incredible. We believe that it's so important to look at the real life data as opposed to clinical data and use only that to determine the future of so many young individuals.